What up, fam? So all my pieces came in from Bricklink to be able to make the F-14 Tomcat from Brickmania. And if you saw my last Epic Stupid Haul video, you'll notice that all the Bricklink pieces came in, and I also got the 2 Cold War pilot minifigs from Brickmania, as well as the stickers. So I have the digital instructions that I purchased I guess at the same time when I bought these stickers. So this is also a set that I really wanted but missed out on. At the time, felt like it was unreachable as far as price point is concerned. But when you really break down how much it really costs to get this set built and all that kind of jazz, you'll notice that it's actually worth that price point. And if you haven't seen our last Cali Brick Click episode on YouTube or listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find podcasts, you like that plug, right? Where we get to chill with Dan Siskin, the founder of Brickmania, and break down why Brickmania is priced the way they are.
I think the one thing that to consider is when you do something, you want to get paid. When you go to work, you expect to have a paycheck and a decent one. You wouldn't go work for a company that's going to pay you pennies for work that other companies are paying other people dollars for.
Can you go over how many people touch a set to get one from literally idea to sell?
Right. And so the minimum, I think, is about a dozen people.
But digital instructions are a good way to make a set from Brickmania and not have to break the bank as hard as you normally would. And it's also nice to see that Brickmania is actually releasing their instructions from older sets that they don't plan on reusing, and it kind of gives a little breathing room for your wallet. So let's take a look at it. So if you were to purchase instructions from Brickmania, you'll have access to a bunch of files that you can download to include the wanted list that you would copy and paste into Bricklinks to make it a lot more easier, or a parts list such as this, so you can look at each individual link from each individual part if you so choose to do it that way, which would definitely take longer. And you have the instructions themselves. It looks something like this, just like the actual instruction book. You'll have the front of the book like it would look like, a little bit about the jet. I mean, I can't speak for their other instructions. I can only speak for this one. I know their instructions kind of change over time, but it's fairly easy and readable, just like the real thing. The F-14 Tomcat is a U.S. Navy carrier-based 2-seated air defense, intercept, strike, and recon aircraft that served from 1972 to 2006. Upgrades into avionics, payload capabilities, and radar were implemented in later versions of this aircraft. It is armed with a Vulcan M61A1 20mm gun mounted internally from the forward section of the fuselage. The Tomcat can carry short, medium, and long-range air-to-air missiles, Sidewinder Sparrows, and AIM-54s, and a Rockeyes and CBU cluster bombs, and can fire them simultaneously in 6 different angles. The Tomcat is equipped with a Raytheon AN APG-71 digital multi-mode radar, a tactical air reconnaissance pod system, or TARPS, which is a bunch of tech-crazy stuff that I know nothing about. Oh, and has 2 turbofan engines, but you know that if you've seen the movie Top Gun, like I have. Strike Fighter Squadron 103, or the Jolly Rogers, is an aviation unit from the United States Navy that is also based out of Naval Air Station Oceana, Virginia. The squadron's radio call sign is Victory and is assigned to Carrier Air Wing 7. So to be able to get this onto Bricklink, to be able to order everything, make sure you have your lists open, which I'm going to need the F-14 and the AIM-54. Make sure you're logged into your Bricklink account. Go to Want, go to Upload, go to Upload Bricklink XML format, and then choose your wanted list, which in my case is going to be the Brickmania F-14 Tomcat. There's nothing in there right now. I created the list right before this, which isn't hard to do. Finder, I'm going to do the F-14 first, copy, paste. Sure, the inventory at the end. Proceed to verify items. Cool, no issues there. Looks like they're all in. Add to wanted list. Items successfully added. Upload more items. I'm gonna do the same thing again. Go to Brickmania F-14 Combat with 285 items. I'm gonna do the missile part. Copy, paste, inventories at the end. Proceed to verify items. You might get a pop-up from here. It might say this item already exists in the list with a wanted quantity of 2. If you choose not to exclude, the quantities will be combined. And then that's exactly what I want. I don't want to get more, so add to wanted list. View. So these are all the parts that we're going to need to make the F-14 Tomcat. So we're looking at about 297 items. It looks like everything. There's 3 pages here worth of parts. Just by perusing through, I think this is everything we need. And the easiest thing for you to do, if you don't want to go through all of these and kind of choose your stuff out, you can just do buy all. And then Bricklink is going to automatically generate all the stores that are able to supply your bricks. And if you have any saved stores, it's gonna put them as a priority. So sometimes I just auto select US. Oh, hold on, I gotta make sure all my filters are right. Auto select. Here are some of the stores that I normally order from. Brick Vibe is one of them. The homie, he has about 47 of the bricks that I would need, accounting for 253 of them. And here are the prices. Now, altogether, I'm looking around $236.30 to be able to get the entire brick needed for this set, which is not that bad if you're looking at price. So this set was released at like $700. Now, if I'm just buying the bricks without the minifigure and not including the instructions that I just paid for, as well as the sticker sheet, probably be above 3 something. Now, you could adjust this however you want, using used parts, taking out parts that you already have to make this price a little cheaper, but I'm lazy. What I like to do is go through each one of these and see what is a ridiculous price and then remove it to see if I have it in my own parts collection. This guy seems to be pretty fair. You create carts, you click on each one to check out for each single person. When you're looking at the minimum buys, item price points, each store, I mean, this is the one I'm spending the most at with 400 pieces. It sounds about, a decent price. Sometimes go through the store and see what else they have that I might want. And then you have all 5 of these in your cart and you just have to individually go through them. So that's pretty much it. So here are the stickers, the 2 US Navy Cold War fighter pilots, some of the Bricklink manifests, and here are the pieces that I got from Bricklink. Here's one of the important pieces, which is that I think I have all the elements I need. If I am missing something, then I'll just go through my own parts collection. Looks like everything I need. All right, so let's get to building this. Ready, set, go.
It's my time.
Yo.
Hey, what's up, man?
What up?
Oh my God, is that a freaking jet right there?
It's an F-14 Tomcat.
Oh my God, it's a Tomcat, dude. That's the ones that was in Top Gun, wasn't it?
Yep.
Oh my God. Look, I know a little bit about some jets. Not a lot, but I know a little because I love jets. That's what got me into Star Wars, man. Well, I guess they're kind of hand in hand.
Dude, look at these missiles, dude.
Oh my God. Dude. That is amazing. That is amazing. It literally looks like it's get ready to shoot out your freaking camera. Man, that is a nice looking model, man.
Brickmania is selling like instructions now, so all you got to do is bricklink your own parts.
Hey, look how like massive that jet looks in comparison to the AT-AT.
Look at that little
Oh
thing.
my goodness. I'm so glad that we got to see your turtle.
Well, it's my son's leopard tortoise.
And it's an acceptable turtle for a hive stream.
Oh, what the? What happened here?
It broke.
It broke.
Yes, everything is broke.
Clues tell me that you were here. Did this fall over?
Yes.
Or did you break it?
I didn't break it. It fell over.
Okay.
Okay, how do I fix it?
This little contraption to get this to move up and down or extend it or not is very sensitive, and I've already messed it up a couple times, so I've had to take this apart like twice and redo this to be able to get this function again. So just be careful when you actually move the wings up and down, because the connection that would move these forward and back is not that strong. And I am finished. This is a great looking model done by Jucel and Brickmania. I am really happy that I have this in my collection now. It's just a great looking piece of machinery made into a Lego set. And I think I messed up somewhere, and I realized that I messed up, but I can fix that part later. I was sad that I wasn't able to get the first time, and thank you, Brickmania, for giving us the opportunity to be able to get a set like this again, or to be able to create it one more time. I have the landing gear down, so you can see the landing gear as it's forward. Now, I did have a struggle with getting this stand on here and having it balanced. I didn't feel like it was very strong and sturdy. A couple times it fell over, not only when my son was in the room, but like on itself when I was in the room as well. I reinforced it a little bit, and it's a little stronger than it was before, but for some reason, this thing is just super heavy. It feels like it's gonna fall over. Now, while I have it on the stand, you can see these Sidewinder and Sparrow missiles that are on each side of the jet, and underneath you have the AIM-54 Phoenix missiles that are on the belly of the jet as well, which came in an add-on pack the first time this set was released originally. You're gonna see a little bit of discoloration from different parts, because some of these, just to get it a little bit more on our budget where I want it to be, are used parts, and some of the bricks are faded. A lot of the bricks came dirty, which I was really upset about. They were used, so I had to clean them. But I kind of like it that this jet isn't purely light bluish gray and clean. I like the discoloration a little bit because it looks a little weathered, and it gives a little bit more character to the jet. I mean, after so many times flying this thing, it's not going to be perfect. So this is Strike Fighter Squadron 103 Showbird. This is the pretty dressed up version that you would see in shows, in ceremony. That's the reason why you have the paint scheme that it has. Now, the rest of the squadron does not look like this. They're not, you don't have the black markings and the Jolly Roger symbol so dominant on the plane. Now, this is something you would see a lot in World War II to be able to tell each other apart as far as squadrons are concerned, but as you get to more modern times, it's more of a subtlety. And when you see a paint job like this, it's the Squadron Showbird. Oh no, I dropped the Phoenix missiles. Now, I know these blade pieces for the Phoenix missiles are supposed to protrude outwards, but I have it folded this way just so it can be more stable. That's my preference. That's not how it's supposed to be. Just in case anyone wants to call me out on that, that's the reason why I have it that way. But if you were to flip this upside down, and it is very sturdy if you were to hold it from the bottom right here. So, oh, and I did add an extra piece to the Phoenix missile to be able to hold it better. So yeah, the Sparrow missiles, the Sidewinders, and the Phoenix in the belly of the plane, and there we go. That's what's holding the plane on its stand. If you were to lay it down, the wheels do hold up very well, and it does not fall over, which is a great thing. So this piece right here is what turns the wings inwards and outwards. In real life, it wouldn't be this slow, but it does move. And as I mentioned before, it is very sensitive in the contraption right here. So if you were to have any issues, you would just rip these parts off, seal everything back in place, nice and neat, and then put these back on. I've done it so many times that it's actually not that bad. And the wing flaps do move up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. So you have the speed brake that goes up and down to slow it down. And like I said, it took me a couple times to get this part right. Now, when you guys are at this portion of building the jet, I would definitely recommend to see if it functions correctly before sealing it off with these pieces right here. Obviously, it's Lego. They don't sit all the way perfectly as such to get into the well. So it is kind of hard to get the wheels hidden. It can be done, but it's not perfect. Cody can probably do it 10 times better than I can, but same thing up here. This has a little stem, kind of gives it stability so it doesn't fall over. So you kind of have to finagle this in a way to be able to get the landing gear to function the way you want it to be. The more times I do this, the better I get at it. It's not perfect, but it does the job. So that's what it looks like with the wheels. So it kind of looks good this way. So let's put it back on the stand since I have it. And it's very simple to where the stands come in. Technic pieces holding it in, and then just kind of get it in there, turn it over, and that just looks 10 times better. Now, I don't really let go. I kind of make sure it's like sealed in there. It does bend forward a little bit, which is the reason why I'm
I'm a little worried about the stand on its own. Then you have the arrestor hook or the tail hook to catch the cable when landing. Here is a bird's eye view of it. The cockpit, which is very interesting, it's kind of held together. This would normally be printed pieces. Stickers do just the same job. Brick Designers, I know, is kind of creating one of those. So if you want the printed versions of this artwork, just stay tuned to Brick Designers. They will release something close to that. But this is pretty much a sick looking jet as it is. Wow. I think I'm actually going to leave it on the stand. I didn't really think I was going to do that. Jet looks really good this way. Well, let's take a look at the minifigures since we're here. Let's move the jet out of the way. So I was able to get a co-pilot and navigator, which is essentially the same minifigure from Brickmania, since they did re-release them, and they are coming out with these minifigures for their instruction sets. Just give them a little time. They probably won't do one for every single instruction book, but for the prominent ones, they're definitely going to try to do that. So here are the pilot and the navigator, which again, essentially they're the same minifigure. I'm just going to flip one to the other side so that we can get a front and rear view. This definitely looks like it was color tinted. Lando did a great job with this. I think this is up there to be his masterpiece. The detail within the flight suit, the harness, pouches, even on the sides, the pouches, the zippers, it just looks really, really good. The print on the helmet and the head. He simulated the glass that's in the helmets to give it a more realistic approach to how we would look if he was flying in midair. And again, Brick Designers is coming out with different versions of this plane, and I know if they were to create a different squadron, they're gonna have correlating insignias for that squadron. But all the way around, dude, this minifigure is amazing. Great job, Lando. I am very impressed. I mean, I expect nothing less from you now at this point. You definitely set the bar with what you can do with what you have and what other things you can add to it to make it at a new level. So one thing that's good about this though is that these easily fit in there without having to do so much about building around them. You could literally just put them in and call it a day. And there you go. The pilots are easy in, and you don't have to build around them like you do with other aircraft or vehicles that Brickmania comes out with. No fault to them. It's just trying to get that accuracy to how they would look with a natural person. So since I had to kind of piece this all together and didn't come as a set on its own, there are no printed pieces, so there's not really much to kind of show off aside from the build itself. The technique in its own is something that I expect from Cody and Brickmania. It's just an all-around well done kit. Super heavy, so it does kind of scare me a little bit. If you weren't able to get some of these sets at the retail price when they came out, and if you want to wait until Brickmania decides to make a construction kit, by all means do it. This is a good way to get the set without having to break your bank. And like I said, it's a great looking set. I would have probably enjoyed it coming out of the box because all the pieces would have been new. There would have been printed pieces and I didn't have to do all the work. I'm totally fine and content with having to do it myself. And I know a lot of other people are too. So let me know what you guys think. If you made it with me all the way to the end of this video, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, like, comment, subscribe below. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye guys.
Give the scoop and go part for part and give a great review. You want a heart to heart that's sitting on the stoop. We're not concerned with the views of the Lego group because we're the misfit bricks. This is what we do.